Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my page. This is Crafty Sarah's DIY. I'm going to turn on my old fireplace. Hopefully I remember to shut it off, because I usually don't. See if the microphone works. Oh, dang it. Forgot that the magnet isn't on this one. It's on the other one. Guess we'll see, won't we? So I kind of changed my mind here. Let me see. So I'm sitting here thinking, oh man, I'd like to crackle that. So I think that's what we're going to do first. Let me find us on Facebook. My mind is wandering bad. No software. Leave me alone. Oh man. Hi Diane, hi Cindy, hi Heather. My mind is not in it today, you guys. Josh is in Denver and he is struggling. You know, how you sometimes you just feel like you need to find out if your kids are okay, and I just sent him a message and said, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "No, I'm not." So let me see this thing. Apply 1 coat of Dixie Belle, any color. This color will be the color of the cracks. Well, I think I just want this white to be the cracks, to put red over it. So I don't think I'm going to, so I think I'm just going to put this on here. If, oh my gosh, let me whack it. Oh man, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, he went to the airport. He's at work. He's for work, and he got to the airport, and his feet are swelled up terrible. He could barely get off the plane. He had to walk. Oh my gosh, you guys. He had to walk and stop so many times. He said it was ridiculous. And he can't breathe. His legs are swollen. He's like, "Mom, I can't live like this." He said, "This is crazy." So I'm taking Crackle Medium from Dixie Belle, and I'm just going to put it on my frame. I'm not going to paint my frame first. I don't know if that's going to work or not. We're going to have an experiment. We're going to be doing all kinds of experiments here. So we'll just give her a shot and see what happens. So he's not getting rid of the fluid. That's not, he's on Lasix twice a day, and it's not getting rid of the fluid. So I think they're going to have to up that. But he said if they can't get that fluid figured out, he said, if I could have the surgery and it didn't kill me, he goes, I would have it. You know, it's so weird. I never thought that this is how this would be for Josh. I am so naive about crap, I tell you. I just never thought that this would be the way things would go. And you know, his next worry is, if he does do surgery, how long is that going to last? So I'm going to dry this, because it needs to be dry before you do the... And I know the altitude probably has a little bit to do with it, but it's more his heart. It's his heart. So even when this is dry, it looks shiny. So you never know if it's dry because it's so shiny. It looks wet. So you know what? We're just gonna dry it, and I want to paint this red, and we'll see how that goes. And I went to the dentist today, guys, and I get to be a queen. Gonna get a crown, another one. It's about my, yeah, that's dry. Seriously, it's probably about my 10th crown. It's crazy. Okay, I'm going to call it. And if it's not, oh well. So let me get this into some water, because I don't want that junk to dry on that. Couldn't even hardly get the jar open. Won't be able to get it out of the brush. Okay, so I want to put crimson, and I'm going to use chalk paint, not chalk paste. I'm going to use chalk paint. We're going to go with crimson. And I kind of look at that red, and that's kind of an ugly red. I wonder if I added like a drop of black. Let me get the black real quick. Might just add a drop of black to darken that just a skosh. It just looks so like such a cheesy red. Ooh, that might be more than a drop. That's like a racing line. Might have to add more red. Definitely have to add more red. That made it purple. Oh Lord, I really got it dark. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some red over here. It's not going to take very much to paint this thing, probably. And then I'm going to take some of this and put it over here. Just want to get it a little bit darker. There we go. That's more what I'm thinking. So hopefully we got enough. If we don't, well, maybe we don't. We'll just add a little more. We'll just add a little more. My mind's not in it today, you guys. I'm kind of a wacko today. I burnt our supper, like burnt. No, he's not on his way home. He's not going to be home till Thursday. So he was just getting there when I sent him a message. So this is that crackle. So you don't want to go but about one stroke. So I'm just going to go around. And then we'll do the sides and stuff because that won't crackle. know. He's going to call his cardiologist. But, whoops, got my fingers on that. But he's not going to do it. Well, he's going to go see his other doctor on Thursday. His internist. And he's going to mention everything to him and see what he says. And then he said he would call his cardiologist that day or email him. They do everything by email. It's crazy. Hopefully they will help him. I just want to be able to pick this up without messing it up. Just want to be able to pick it up without messing it up. So I'm going to go on the inside. Think I can do that without messing it up? Maybe. It's cracking. Hear that commercial? Get cracking. I saw tonight on at 7 o'clock started. Oh, there's nowhere for me to hold this. 7 o'clock on the Hallmark Channel was the Biltmore Christmas movie. If you have never been to the Biltmore, you should go. It's Gloria Vanderbilt's castle, her childhood home. And it is in Asheville, North Carolina, and it is amazing. I told my husband, I would really like to go back there. He's like, what for? What? He's like, what for? He goes, you already saw it once. I can't pick this thing up. And I said, I know, but it was so cool. I'd just like to see it again. Just one more time. But I won't. Probably not going to happen. So I really don't want to mess with this, because if you brush it, you will wipe away your cracks and you will have a mess. But I do want to make sure that my outer edges are red. I got no fingerprints, because there's my fingerprint. All right, let's get that baby dried. We're going to have a lot of red to throw away, aren't we? Oh my God, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's just amazing to us to walk into this place, and it's a castle. I mean, it is a castle. And to believe, or to think to yourself, try to process the fact that in the 1930s, or early 1900s, I don't even know exactly what years, but I'm thinking 1930s, Vanderbilt built that castle, and it had like electricity, and it had a swimming pool and bowling alley, and I mean it was crazy. But the inside is like, I want to say cinder block, but I don't think that's what it was. It was like, it's like castle. The doors are huge, the rooms are huge. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that somebody could actually live that way. Have that kind of money, that kind of means to live that way back then, because people were poor. Holy mackerel, people were poor. So this is the inside. So there's a piece of glass, and then this is the backboard. Whoop. And there was a piece of card or a piece of paper, and I cut this cardboard to that size. So what I want to do with this is I want to paint it, because that's what my little rub-on is going to go on. I'm going to paint that celery. I tried to think of what in the heck color, and celery, it is. Hi, Chris. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, you know what? I think I went to that one too, in New York. I thought of that, Cindy, too. Or you can get on one of those scooter things. And he goes, my phone's over there, I tell you what he said. He said, Mom, I had to stop at every, something about the escalator. That didn't get shook up very good. And I was just like, oh, Josh. You need to. I can't even imagine how his wife must be. I'd be scared to death when he left. Let's put some over here. Let's put some over here and see what happens. We can mix it here so that it doesn't. There we go. He said in the terminal he could hardly he could hardly walk. He said, I think his feet really swelled up, I suppose, in just the hour plane ride. I mean, it's an hour, is all it is, from Omaha to Denver. And from wheels up to wheels down is like an hour. And he was already swollen to the point he couldn't even hardly walk. So this is just chalk paint, and this is in the color of celery. You guys, I bought these. They aren't exactly what I thought they were, but they're rub-ons. And I ordered them from Amazon, and I got a whole pile of them. And they're really cute. But they're shiny. But that's fine. They are exactly what I thought. And then I wasn't even sure that they were rub-ons, because I feel like they almost look like a sticker. But they're a rub-on. So we'll see. We'll probably end up peeling. I never even thought about that. We'll probably end up peeling the paint off because of this white stuff sticks down. We'll see. Like I said, we're going to learn together. This is turning out pretty. You can just barely see little white cracks in the outside. Might just dress it with some ink. Because she is, it says Sweet Christmas Holidays, and she is an old-fashioned girl. I almost feel like I should get my hair dryer out. I think this gets so hot. Maybe it is dry. It gets so hot. Sometimes I wonder if it still looks, that still looks wet right there. I think it is because I just rubbed it up. And there are some spots up here that aren't quite as covered. I don't know if I want to mess with that, but maybe. Well, when my kid lived in Asheville, we went to the Biltmore when we went to visit, and it was in October that we went. So we didn't get to see it at Christmas time. But it was, I'm telling you, it was amazing. I would go back there in a minute. Asheville was fun. And then, you know, they had that flood last year. Was it last year? I think it was about a year ago. They had that flood in Asheville. Remember that came through North Carolina and it just wiped them out? Well, that was at the Biltmore too. So the, you know, on the property they have the like the brick guard house or something it's called. So when you go into the Biltmore, you stop right there, and then you get your ticket, or you give them your ticket or whatever. We valet parked, so we got to go in and go clear up to the front of the castle, and then they took our car, and then they parked and we went in. But our son gave us the royal treatment, but you didn't get to go through the whole house. You just got to go through what they wanted you to see. But it was beautiful, and I think that you could have paid more to see more, of course, but we didn't. But they have a winery, and they had the stables, and it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. All right, I'm gonna get these brushes out of the way so I don't spill them and make a stinking mess. We're gonna try this, see if we won't screw it up. Better get rid of that paint too. So it took me a little bit, you guys, to figure out what the heck these things were. I thought they were big stickers. I was kind of sad because I wanted rub-ons, and I thought that these were big stickers, and I thought, oh my God, that's not what I wanted. But then I messed around, and it took me a little bit. It's going to take me a little bit here too. Here we go. And you peel these things up. I bet that does peel the paint off. And then you set these down and you rub the design. And so I used my Chalk Couture. This is my scraper from Chalk Couture. I have no idea. What is that? That's weird. It's like the sticker. Oh, it is. It's coming up. But now, how am I going to get... Oh, I guess I'm right here. So I bet it's going to peel the paint up. It totally is. Gosh dang it. Let me see here. I should have not used paper, probably. Yeah, once it starts, it pulls your paper. I should have cut around it, maybe. I don't know. You guys, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'll just go back and touch that up, because that's gonna keep ripping, I think. How can I stop that? Stop it! Stop it! I don't even know. Let's see. We'll go this way. We'll go this way. So look, I'm peeling up that clear stuff, and the sticker is staying down, or the rub-on that I pushed down is staying down, except the paper is so dang sticky that it's peeling up some of my paint. And I think it's gonna, it's gonna mess with my words. Darn it. That too is gonna mess with my tree. So, note to self, But then this isn't even sticky. It's weird. It's like the outside of it is. So I should have trimmed it. That's what I should have done. I should have trimmed it. Because where this is not sticky at all. It's the outside that's sticky. Oh, that'd be cool, Jennifer. I think we were down in the maid's quarters too. Down in the kitchen and down below. Yeah, we were down there too. So I'm going to touch this up with my paint. Try to cover that up. And it was cool because, like, you're talking, again, you're talking before, you know, like, it was crazy. So down in the maid's quarters, or the butler's quarters, too, we went through all of that, was they could ring for them. So they had, like, a system in there that they would push the bell, and then it would ring down there. So down where the maid and the butler slept, they would get beckoned, they would go, you know, they would know that they were needed. Can you imagine living that life? And you know that Anderson Cooper, Gloria Vanderbilt's his mother. He's on TV. He's a news guy. Or entertainment. I don't know if he's news, but something. Entertainment. And he can remember going there as a child. And having their Christmases there. They would go, they were talking how because the pool, the last time they filled it, it leaked all over the place. And so it's never been filled again. But it was for a family occasion that he said, I can remember going outside and like playing around on the lions or something that are out by the front door, and just, you know, they're just kids, and they just grew up there, so I can't even imagine. But anyway, that Hallmark movie's beautiful. They show the inside of the Biltmore, and it's gorgeous. And I'm telling you, that is an amazing vacation. And Diane, your family lives right over. Your family's from over there. I mean, you should have went there when you went this summer. You were close. And my son went there. He went back to had to do some work, some business there. And they lived there for 3 years. And I said to him, I go, how did it look? Because, you know, they had all those floods and stuff. And he goes, Mom, if you didn't know it, you wouldn't even have known it. But I've heard that it's still not that great. I mean, the people say that live there, but I don't know. So I'm just trying to cover up where I ripped. Because this was just you know what this was? This was one of my envelopes that my transfers get sent to me in from Chocatour. And I thought, well, that's a nice piece of cardboard. I'll just use that. Because it needed to be cut to fit that, that frame. So I thought, well, that's a good piece of cardboard. Silly me. Never even thought about this peeling up. Till 5 seconds before I did it. You guys have plans for the weekend? Is anybody celebrating Thanksgiving early? I went and, after my dentist appointment, I went and picked up a few groceries in Hastings, which is the town that our grocery store sold, because the people that had it were doing a miserable job. And it sold. to a store in Red Cloud that is to people that live in Red Cloud, that own the store in Red Cloud. That's about 20 miles to the south of us. And I think we're going to get a good store again. And you know what? I think that because we've had a year of, actually 2 years of a crappy store, after we had a guy that really did good with our store. The guy that owned it, his name was Tim, and he did an amazing job, him and his wife. And then she passed away, and he sold it, and he remarried. Actually, he sold the, well, I think he remarried first, and then he sold the store. Maybe it was the other way around. And it's been a disaster ever since. It's been terrible. So I'm looking forward to a store that has, I can run and buy a head of lettuce, or I can go buy some apples, or go buy some milk, and I'm going to make sure that I support this store, because I wasn't so good about it after I used to work there, and after I quit working there, I wasn't so good about it. But I've learned my lesson. So I think I'm going to ink around the edges of this. I just kind of want to distress it a little bit, and I think maybe I want to distress, well, that's from my sticker, isn't it? I don't know what I did with that. So this is what it is, you guys. It's just a little transfer that sticks over onto the, you have to rub it off. Not exactly what I thought it was when I bought it. And there's a piece of it that's sticking up over here. Not exactly what I thought it was, but it's kind of cute. Something a little bit different, you know. You know. I'm going to do the frame too, I think. This might not be dark enough. Oh yeah, maybe. Doesn't have to be like craziness, but kind of thick right there, and it came right off. Yuck. Kind of gooby. Hi, Holly. Yeah, they have those golf carts that when I was in Cancun and broke my foot, I was hobbling along, and everybody that was with us was making fun of me. And I'm like, oh, did that stop my live? Hopefully it didn't. Yep, it did. Okay, my phone rang. That's what happened. Anyway, they came by with one of those carts, and they asked if we wanted to ride, and I said, yes. I was in Atlanta airport, and I was like, yes. And they took me, and I knew something was wrong with my foot, but I didn't think it was broken. I thought maybe I cracked it or something like that, but no, I flat broke it. And I walked on it for 5 days before we got back to the States, and I even was like when I went to the doctor, I was feeling bad. I feel guilty because I thought, you probably don't have anything wrong with it. It's probably just cracked. And she's going to say, we can't do anything. And then they took an x-ray and they're like, your foot is broken. You broke your foot. I'm like, oh my Lord. She said that I had on Birkenstocks, and she said Birkenstocks were, you know, because they kind of scoop in. So she said that probably was what saved your foot. She goes, but every time you took a step, you re-broke it. So it never, you know, of course it never healed, because every time I take a step, it hurt like crazy. That was like a debacle. I wasn't even drunk and I broke my foot. I hadn't even been drinking because I don't really drink. Not that I won't have a drink, but I'm not a drinker. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Oh, you guys. She's cute. Isn't she adorable? Oh. She's cute, but I should probably put some kind of a bow up at the top. But I don't want to put, what do I want to put? I think I just want to, it can't be a ribbon, you guys, because it'll look raggedy. I mean, it'll look too, my picture frame looks raggedy, so the ribbon will look funny. That is so cute. Sweet Christmas holidays. You can't really see the Christmas though because it's over there, but that's okay. I know what it says. Wow, this smells like cinnamon. So I'm just going to, what? Do I want to, I think I'm just going to do a, so I should show you guys. Let me show you these before I, so this is how they come. What's this? Nothing. They came like this. So this says, have a holly jolly Christmas. Winter wishes, snowflake kisses. It's a mouse. Believe in magic is a snowman. Merry Christmas. Christmas blessings. Nutcracker. Thought about doing him. Oh dear, Christmas. Oh dear, Christmas is here. Merry and bright. I like that one too. I thought about doing that one. And then here's a Jingle All the Way train. And Winter Wishes, Snowflake Kisses with an angel. Thought about that one too. And Winter Wonderland, Winter Wonderful. With those boots. And Merry Christmas wreath. And Peace on Earth, fireplace scene. And Have a Sweet Christmas with a kind of gnomey Santa Claus. And Have a Holly Jolly Christmas with some old suitcases. That'd be cool to do the frame in Lagoon. And The Magic of Christmas, and it's a stack of books. And then this little girl. And then I have another one more. And I did that on, I think on chalk suede. And it came out fine. And it's old-fashioned too. It says Santa Baby. That was my first one that I did because I wasn't sure what the heck I was doing. So those are rub-ons, and I got them from Amazon. So there you go. That's that. Just going to tie a shoestring bow. This has been coffee stained with coffee grunge, with coffee, cinnamon, and pumpkin pie spice. That's what I use. And Lord, it smells divine. It really does. Probably at the top, huh? Let's see, I'll do it at an angle. And I'm going to get out my sander and just sand the edges of the ribbon, because I don't want it to not be frayed like the other is. And then we'll glue that down. And then I think we're good. I mean, it could go off to the side too. Maybe I should do that, and then it kind of covers up that crispness that doesn't show all the way. Then you'll think it's the ribbon, not the maker. But you guys, you can't even tell that the cardboard even ripped. You need to remember, wherever I put it, it's going to stay. Yeah, these are cute. You know, and when you have them under glass like that, it doesn't look shiny. You know, to me they look kind of cheesy because they were shiny. But when you put them under glass in a frame, and I have those Dollar Tree frames, and this is actually a Dollar Tree frame, you guys. It was just a plastic white Dollar Tree frame. So, yeah, they're cute. If you want the link to those, I can get that for you. Just let me know. Alrighty, guys, that's what I got for you tonight. If you'd say a prayer for my kid, I'd appreciate it. I just want him to have a fighting chance. I can't imagine losing a child. I know people do, but I can't imagine. Anyway. Have a great rest of your night. I appreciate you all so much for coming in. And I will see you next time. I think she turned out pretty sweet. Alrighty, guys. Have a great night. Love you all. Goodbye.